What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the Black Ops 7 takeover and all upcoming important dates that you need to know about. Definitely stay tuned. Now, I do want to thank every single person for tuning in to today's episode of the Bombshell Podcast. We have a brand new layout we're messing with, and we had plenty to discuss following the reveal of BO7 earlier this week. In case you guys missed it, Bombshell's available on every major audio platform, and of course in the Bombshell playlist here on the main channel. Now, I'm sure some of you want me to address that Black Ops 7 is one of the first Call of Duty titles to not top the PS5 pre-order charts just days after the reveal. The Vault Edition is currently at number 8, behind both editions of Battlefield 6 and several NBA 2K titles. Here's the thing, right? As far as what I'm thinking about Black Ops 7, I believe it'll be another Modern Warfare 3 situation, where MW2 and BO6 had explosive levels of hype and unprecedented record-breaking stats, yet would end up being inferior to the games that followed them, with MW3 fixing everything that was wrong about Modern Warfare 2, and the same deal goes for Black Ops 7, where it'll absolutely blow BO6 out of the water as far as the content, progression, and live service updates it's gonna get. Now, although we're a couple of months away from launch, I do think community trust does factor into this a little bit. Sentiment during late MW2 was pretty rough, I'd say, for the most part, and even though MW3 did a lot of things, if not almost everything right, the interest and I think the sales still weren't all that great, whereas when Black Ops 6 got announced, sentiment was in a much better place towards the later half of Modern Warfare 3. There were great seasonal updates, there were fantastic events, really meaningful rewards, so the momentum going into Black Ops 6 was pretty hot. But we're kind of back at that point again where sentiment's pretty rough right now. I think once the beta actually rolls around, people are probably going to change their tune about Black Ops 7. Maybe even the COD Next broadcast will change people's perspectives on this upcoming game. But I do think sentiment later in Black Ops 7's cycle will be similar to late MW3, where everything's in pretty good shape to the point where a Modern Warfare 4 announcement won't be as controversial. I know you might disagree with that considering Infinity Ward's shortcomings with MW2 multiplayer, but that name alone will end up selling copies of COD 2026. But I also think the controversy with Battlefield is probably going to die down in the coming months, especially after the new year, because Black Ops 7 is going to be offering intense progression systems that I don't think Battlefield 6 will have, and I also think the Battlefield community is kind of imploding right now because of the movement changes, so these games will all coexist as they always have, and I'm sure things are going to warm up quite a bit once people start to see what the live service is like for all these different FPS games. Now, as of yesterday, I made a video recapping everything known so far about the mid-Season 5 update for Black Ops 6 and Warzone, and that's important to keep note of considering, as of right now, the 90s Action Heroes event does end on around September the 4th. So the event itself is scheduled to last until what I presume is the end of the first half of Season 5, which is further fuel to the conversation that Reloaded is going to be September the 4th, with a Reloaded roadmap and blog post reveal probably being released a few days prior on like Monday, September the 1st. But with the Zombies reveal for Black Ops 7 being confirmed to be early September, that tells me they're going to wait until Reloaded is out the way for BO6 and Warzone before jumping into that. So I'm guessing right now around September the 8th should be the start of the big Zombies marketing campaign, which could be similar to the Truth Dies last year for Black Ops 6. Will probably provide us with an intro cinematic for the Transit remake, maybe a small gameplay trailer, and who knows what else, likely a big blog as well, kind of like what we got for Terminus, where there was early gameplay released and a bunch of breakdowns of all the new systems. We'll probably see that during the week of the 8th until maybe the 12th, and then there'll be a little bit of downtime, some additional announcements here and there before COD Next happens on September the 30th. Now, following the Black Ops 7 Direct, it was confirmed the multiplayer reveal, or the full reveal, is being saved for the COD Next broadcast. As we saw with previous years, they'll likely drop the multiplayer trailer either the day before or the day of COD Next, followed by a big sit-down with a bunch of casters and representatives from each studio. They'll talk about Black Ops 7, and it'll be likely that a bunch of creators are sitting down in a venue playing some matches of the multiplayer, maybe even the Zombies, hopefully Warzone. I know a lot of folks are wondering what could be the future of Warzone and a Black Ops 7 integration. It's already confirmed that Warzone is going to integrate with Season 1, which I'm predicting is going to be around December, but we're not getting too ahead of ourselves. I think we'll end up getting a full reveal of the Warzone update and probably some live gameplay of whatever the new map is over at COD Next in Las Vegas. Now, I'm predicting that with the Season 5 Reloaded patch that we're going to end up installing closer to September the 4th, not only will the monster promo rewards for BO7 be featured in that patch because the promo officially kicks off September 1st, so everyone's going to go ahead and scan their QR codes and redeem their receipts on a website, I'm assuming, and then the rewards like operator skins or blueprints will then become available for use in Black Ops 6 and Warzone. You'll be able to carry those forward into BO7, but I'm sure there'll end up being some viewership rewards for watching COD Next. And on top of that, I'm sure a ton of other details about not just Season 6 The Haunting, which we'll circle back to, but a ton of details about the Black Ops 7 beta will likely get discovered following the release of the mid-Season 5 update. But something different is happening this time around. The multiplayer beta for Black Ops 7 is actually quite different from any other beta we've received for any other Call of Duty title. Instead of seeing one weekend that is tied to early access and a second weekend that's just open to everybody without the need for a code or a pre-order, they're just gonna do one continuous beta session from October 2nd until the 8th. They have still broken it up though, where from the 2nd to the 5th, that'll just be for early access players, whereas from the 5th to the 8th, it'll then be open to anybody out there. Now, of course, we have full crossplay enabled for both portions of the Black Ops 7 beta, which means you can play with anybody on a PS4, 5, Xbox One, Series X or S, and of course, anybody on PC. And yes, if you are subscribed to Game Pass, you are already opted in to the Black Ops 7 beta, as you're going to be guaranteed a full copy of the game when it comes out in November. But any milestone reward earned during the beta, like an operator skin or a blueprint, that will of course carry forward into the full launch, but your progression and level in the beta will not carry over into the full launch. Hopefully that's clear. Now, something I haven't seen too many folks talk about is the fact that the current Battle Pass timer does end on October the 9th. That would mean that Season 6 would start on that day, and as a reminder, as we've seen with many recent years now, Season 6 will come out and it'll be active for about a month before the new Call of Duty releases, and once the new COD is out, that game will be in a pre-season window, which is technically still tied to Season 6 of the previous game, so your Battle Pass progress will still count, and you can probably earn progression towards a lot of those rewards. But Warzone will remain attached to BO6 even when BO7 is out until the Season 1 integration later on this year. So although Battlefield 6 is coming out October 10th, I mean, congrats to everybody that's going to be jumping into that, Call of Duty still has a major content drop just a day before the release of that full game. I mean, the more the merrier, right? There's going to be plenty for people to actually jump into and decide to play with the second week of October. But as of now, not much is known about what Haunting collaborations we're going to be seeing with Call of Duty. There were some pretty serious rumors that popped up a few months back that we were going to be seeing a Resident Evil collab. I think COD Mobile is probably going to pull that off based on where the rumors actually came from, but I also wouldn't doubt the mainline series also getting a collab of some sort. Now, there have also been whispers about Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, but what is likely to happen is with the release of Season 5 Reloaded, as we've seen with every recent mid-season update, a ton of leaks will be discovered regarding the next season, whether it's operators, battle pass skins, collaboration, themed events, so I'm sure we'll have quite a bit to talk about following the release of Reloaded as far as what we're going to be seeing within Season 6. But then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the full launch of Black Ops 7 on November the 14th. Although BO6 still has quite a few updates left up its sleeve, I think BO7, for the most part, is going to be everybody's focus if they are still playing Call of Duty for the next couple of months as we enter the fall. Of course, the game itself will launch with the co-op campaign, the ability to access endgame early if you beat the campaign. Keep in mind, that mode's going to be unlocked for everybody for free. You still have to own BO7, but free as in you don't have to beat the campaign come, let's say, Season 1 or 2, whenever they start updating the endgame mode. That's of course a 32-player open world experience on Avalon. You'll also have the multiplayer, zombies including round-based, survival, and Dead Ops Arcade 4, and then you have to wait just a couple of weeks for Season 1 before the new Warzone map comes out. But during the preseason window, we could also expect a new iteration of Nuketown to release for Black Ops 7 multiplayer, and probably some other fun playlists or extra mini events as we saw last year during the Black Ops 6 preseason window. Now, I think because of the later reveal for Black Ops 7 this time around compared to BO6, it kind of feels like everything is being mushed together as far as marketing, key updates for BO6. Everything's pretty close to one another, but you know what? I'm not really opposed to that considering how dry and slow June and July were, so I'm happy to stay busy, absolutely. But I think it's kind of a guarantee that nearly every single week, probably until the end of the year, there's going to be something going on, whether it's surprise announcements, trailers, blog posts, in-game content drops, events, good rewards, and other surprises in between. Now, something Call of Duty still has time to do, but I didn't bring up earlier because it's probably unlikely at this point, is a little 10-minute walkthrough of one of the upcoming campaign missions. This is something we've seen for every COD entry since, I want to say after Black Ops 4, since that game didn't have a campaign. They usually drop a playthrough during Gamescom or later in the summer, but since Gamescom is over and they've already used up the slot for Black Ops 7, I think unless Call of Duty ends up releasing that on their own channel or at a separate gaming event, it's probably not going to happen this year, unfortunately. But maybe because the campaign supports co-op play, that's why they didn't want to drop a playthrough and they rather save it all as a surprise for launch. Who actually knows though? I think for a campaign as big as the Black Ops 7 one that supports co-op and has an endgame open world extraction that you unlock as a bonus mode, yeah, it probably would have made sense to see early access for this campaign opposed to the early access we got for MW2 or 3's campaigns, but we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately. I think because of the acquisition of Activision and a bunch of other changes behind the scenes, they're probably never going to do early access campaigns again, unfortunately, on top of the fact that MW3 also got review bombed. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. That's our road to the launch of Black Ops 7 as far as what's next for the marketing, official releases, any events. Let me know down below how you guys are feeling about this roadmap. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.